Southern Miss, Scott Berry, I know this is his swan song, and he's a good friend, and being from a fellow Mississippian, how much I admired his work. He's so old, I played, and he coached against me, so. But I've thought a lot of Scott for a very, very long time, and I guess second to our fans, just amazing environment. I think Auburn baseball now, and in our time here, since I've been able to be a steward of the program, I've just seen the growth to where people are interested in college baseball, this community, this university, and I could just tell that these last 2 days, and then just for the casual fan, I just, the responsibility lies on me. I just felt like the last 3 regionals, we were in such a good spot, and they played such good baseball, and I did not get this team ready to the point of ready to compete for, being able to be there in the last day of it. So, our team made a good run. I tried to tell Bryson and the rest of his teammates how proud I am of them, and so I'll try to figure out what the responsibilities are to do a better job moving forward. But this group put us in position, had a really tough start, and just stayed in the fight the entire season and got us to this point to be able to host a regional at home, and just didn't link it up enough in these 2 days to have success against 2 really good opponents.
Questions? Chief.
Bryson, just offensively, you guys just couldn't get the big hit. Can you put your finger on what it was these last couple of days?
No, I mean, we kind of prided ourselves on, getting the timely hits when we needed to the past month or so, and past few games, for whatever reason, it just hadn't been falling our way. We, hit some balls on screws today, and, we couldn't really make it fall or make it happen, but I don't think there's really one thing that, we could have really done different. It just, it was just one of those things where, it just wasn't falling our way today. So, hats off to Southern Miss. They played a great game. I couldn't be more happy to be a part of this team and in this situation. So.
Front row.
Butch, how tough, considering you hadn't given up home runs in quite a long time, how tough was it to single up for you today?
Yeah, there's some things you don't know. So, we since Oxford, we got him back for, I guess, 1 or 2 innings against Missouri, and then tried to get him out there for the tournament. I don't want to use the new technology, but just such good spin rate and survivable fastball. And yeah, they got 3 swings off today on him. And I thought he hung in there pretty good for the circumstances of everything that everybody didn't know. But he's a fighter for us, and we would not have been able to be here without Tommy Vale. So I think everybody knows that. I think you could tell when the first home run was hit in the first inning that the park wasn't going to hold much. And we hit cans of corn. We hit fly balls, and I think that's what we're talking about. Just not quite our approach. We didn't gather energy and deliver in a straight line the same way. And I would say we wouldn't be here without Tommy. And even with the park set up today, I thought with the 3 home runs he gave up, he at least stayed and got a few innings for us. And I really felt like we were 1 or 2 swings away. I didn't think our approach really started getting better till the 6th inning today when we scored the 2 runs, and then we got a couple of runners on. It seemed like the 7th, 8th innings there, but it's hard to rely on 2-out hits at this stage. You need to do some damage early, and we need to do a better job against the starters too in the first 2 games.
Front center.
Butch, that first home run, the 3-run, did that shock you that it went out?
Yeah, that it just carried a little bit more. Yeah, because we're here every day. But yeah, the first one did. I just, we had a chance to get an out, and then we had what we classify as a non-competitive walk. So, if that's a solo homer, it's not the same. It's like, okay, it's carried, and a guy gets a hit and backside. We had a backside home run against us last night, and for whatever reason, those don't bother you quite the same. Somebody's got to put an approach and a good swing on the ball, but that one, I think it even shocked Bobby Pierce, who's playing right field, to where he was kind of going back, and then started running back, and he plays that spot every day. So that first one told us that it was going to be one of those days where I thought a few balls would go off of the hitting thing, and I watched some of our guys. Ike Irish is a left-hander, and he really got into one, but it's foul. We were not in the middle of the field of the 3 acres to where you rewarded in the ball game. It just seemed like we were kind of around, or if the ball was away, we were a little steep and underneath, and it was a lot of pop-ups and a lot of foul balls when somebody feels like we got our best swing off. And to Bryson's point, we had a bunch of balls that were just kind of hit to guys and couldn't get anything going to hook anything up. But yeah, that first one did surprise us a little bit, but that was early. We knew from then on that it was carrying that way.
Front row, Brian.
Bryson, probably hard to think about this now, but what this team did after the Texas A&M series, after the Alabama series, going 12-3, second half of SEC play, earning a home regional, is that something you'll look back at with some pride?
Absolutely. Just being able to, play in a regional here for the second year in a row, and play in front of these fans is really, really cool, and it's something I'll, hang my hat on for years to come. And just being a part of this team, we, battled our butts off. We don't really have anything to show for it the past two games, but the past, ever since after A&M when we against Mississippi State and on, we've competed our butts off in 12-3, and the second half of SEC play is nothing to it's a pretty big deal. So I'm really happy that I was a part of that and could contribute as much as I could. So yeah, it's a really cool memory that I'll cherish for a really, really long time.
Back row to the right.
For you, Bryson, just reflect on where you are now and when you left Mississippi, and even last year, towards the end of last year.
Yeah, it's been a crazy ride. Coming from junior college in South Mississippi, just 30 minutes away from Hattiesburg, where Southern Miss is. It's pretty crazy, that they were the team the last college team that I'll probably play. So it's been a lot of ups and downs. I was thankful enough to get an offer here, and it's the best decision I've ever made to come to Auburn. And I've had some rough patches here, but at the end of the day, the Lord's got a plan for me, and He showed that this year, and I couldn't be more thankful. Just that I came here and played for Coach Thompson and Coach Gross and Nani, and just all those guys. They molded me into the man that I am today, and I just couldn't be more proud to wear this jersey in front of the fans and with my brothers to my right and my left.
Bryson, to go off that point, there was a lot of representation from the Jackson metro area. Talk about growing up playing there, how it led you down this path, and how it is to see a lot of guys here from there.
Yeah, growing up in Mississippi, it's some competitive baseball, and that had a lot to do with me coming to Auburn. Coach Thompson being from Mississippi, and it's a coaching staff that kind of felt like home. Didn't get offers from Mississippi State or Ole Miss, and Southern Miss was my first offer. So I couldn't be more happy that I came to Auburn. The Lord had me coming here, and it's a testament to His plan for me, and it's just really cool to be able to say that I wore this Auburn jersey. And I remember watching against Auburn against Mississippi State in the World Series a few years ago, and back then I was a Mississippi State fan, and little did I know I'll be here in the next few years. So it's been a wild ride, but it's been a really cool journey too. So.
Back row.
Butch, just kind of on the turnaround. I mean, have you ever been a part of a program that's had that significant of a turnaround mid-season, and kind of second part of that too? Is that what you're going to remember, I guess, most about this season, or just what will you remember most?
I think I've just completed year 22 in the SEC. I think I've been on every ride. Been drugged behind the bus, under it, sitting on a seat. It's fun to have a run like that. And usually some of the runs you enjoy the most is when it's been tough. I think in Georgia in 04 we were 5-9 and sitting there on a Sunday in Baton Rouge, and David Perno was the coach. He reached out to me this morning, as a matter of fact, and was trying to encourage me a little bit. And that team went 13-2, I guess, or 14-1 in the second half, and wound up going to Omaha. It felt like one of those rides. This stings a little bit. in a backhanded way, it is nice to get a program to the point where this is not good enough. This is not what we're looking for or striving for. So, in a unique way, that's a good thing. But it's just nice to see the players. I used the term a lot this year, stay in the fight, and everybody's ready for me to give that a rest. But I just want to I want these boys to mock me in 20 years. You remember him saying stay in the fight? Because someday they're going to be out in the real world and they're going to be competing in something else. And they're going to try to be a husband and father, and so not everything's going to be going perfect. And I hope they're mocking me then and they're saying stay in the fight. So I'm proud of that 12-3 because this is what he's going to have recall for the rest of his life in a moment when he was in a situation like this. And to quit, to run and hide, to give up is not the solution. The proper solution is to stay in the fight. So whenever we have a run like that with a group of guys, because at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be winning ball games because the world I'm in, but at the same time, I won't give up that fight of trying to make a difference in their lives. And this was one of those runs that they're going to be able to have recall that's going to be able to help them for the rest of their life, no matter how much they're knocking in a few years and stuff.
Back row.
Coach, I know it's hard to look forward so short after the season comes to an end, but how much do you guys want to have the chance to put together another great season to become the first team in program history after 3 years in a row?
Yeah, that'll absolutely be the goal. 3 Zooms when I get out of here. We knew we wouldn't play tonight anyway, so we're recruiting. Recruiting never stops, and we'll absolutely go shower up, get a bite to eat, and then we'll start doing some of that. We're going to have some great players that we have to fill needs that are going to move on to the next step. So we'll support them and blow them up as much as we can and see those guys kind of fulfill that next step and next dream, and try to start meeting with the guys tomorrow. We'll meet with the older guys and the guys that are kind of ending up tomorrow, and meet with the rest of the team on Monday to get them planned for the summer and stuff. So I was kind of, you're always prepared and planning. I was really hoping to kick that can down a few more days, but we'll start executing that because that's the life in our world. There's several teams in our league, and there'll be more teams in the next couple of days that will not have any more games to play and will be out fighting with us recruiting. So it kind of never stops.
We'll take a couple more, Brian.
Similar question, but I know you've already started the process of building next year's team. What's it going to be like over the next several weeks and months for you and your assistant coaches?
Yeah, it's been ongoing. When that portal hit earlier this week, we've been budgeting time the last few days. It'll probably be out meeting some folks. We got another top 10 class coming in, and who's going to come to school and who's going to think about entering the draft and things of that nature. So it's kind of protecting an awesome group that's coming in. I think the Gatorade Player of the Year was announced for each state across the country. We had 3 of those, so we'll probably start with those and maybe some home visits here or there. We got camps coming up and things of that nature. So there's a lot going on. It's a lot of times when you're in that back half of the season, it's been really baseball, and with the team. As soon as it finishes, it's amazing all these things you kind of put off while you're trying to help this team make the best run. Now all this stuff will flood you. All these people these good people working with us, been holding stuff for us. They're probably going to start all these things they've saved. It's time for it to land on my desk now. So that's good. We got some facility stuff that's so exciting that'll be taking place this summer in July and getting going. So we're busy, and so we need to rest up. Wish we were coming back to play 2 tomorrow, but I'll come in here and start thinking of all the things we can do to keep, trying to build some momentum.
Real quick follow-up. So you expecting construction to start in July? You pretty much finalized those plans for the.
I hope so.
And how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I feel great, and I think it's good to me. John Cohen coming in has been good to give that baseball. He has so much experience in the ballparks and stuff. So I think he added. I think our fans will be excited, and I think our people that are investing in this will be really excited because he absolutely has put some positive twist on to make it better. So he's only been here 6 months, but I think it was a good time that he got here to be able to enhance what we'd already worked so hard on for years to get in place. So I think the timing's excellent, and I think the timing's excellent with what you see in the ballpark the last 2 days. I think we can get more people involved. I think there are some revenue opportunities that are in harmony with one another. They're kind of running parallel and coming together at the right time where there's a need, a desire, and I think all this stuff's hitting well. So I think they've, like I said, I think they've kept some stuff from me, so I'm looking forward to the next couple of weeks kind of seeing where everything's at, but we are excited.
Thank you.
Yeah.